What's up guys, my name is Petey from Charlie Intel. So I have a couple of points to cover in this video regarding Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. So to kick things off, we recently discovered that Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered will require 130GB of hard drive space on your PlayStation 4. Now, we're not quite sure if this applies to the Xbox One and the PC as well, but for right now, the PS4 requires at the very least 130GB of hard drive space to actually install and play on the console. Now, as we know, 40GB of that actually equates to Modern Warfare Remastered, and we're assuming the remaining amount, which is 90GB, actually is for Infinite Warfare. Now, obviously, we're not quite sure as to yet whether that's the case, but I guess since that's the only other game to download, it looks like Infinite Warfare is approximately 90GB in file size on your PlayStation 4 hard drive. Now, if that actually equates to a download size as well, then of course it's going to be a huge download, but I'm hoping that there's going to be some compression at play to hopefully mean that, of course, the download size is slightly less than a 90GB, perhaps more in the region of about 70 to 80GB in comparison to the huge file size of 90, which for many people, that'll be quite strenuous on your internet connection and will take a very long time to download. So fingers crossed it's slightly less, but at the very least, it's going to be a much bigger download this year for Infinite Warfare versus previous years such as Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, and so on. So just to summarise, those of you downloading Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered onto your PlayStation or Xbox console, you're looking at a minimum of about 100 to 130GB in terms of download file size. So of course it's very big this year, so make sure your console is in sleep mode or rest mode so your console is ready for when the preload begins. Then of course the download can just happen in the background whilst you're out, and it's ready for November 4th, 2016, so you can start playing at midnight on release day. Now for those of you on the PlayStation 4 who currently have early access to the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign, you'll be receiving an update just before November 4th, 2016, and this update includes the Unlock to multiplayer and also includes any bug fixes and changes to the game itself as well. So essentially, this update should be about 1 to 3GB in size, perhaps more or perhaps even less than that, and all it does is unlock multiplayer and includes any bug fixes and changes to the game, so it's ready for you on November 4th at midnight, so you can start playing straight away. So for those of you buying a copy of Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered in a disc format from the store, you'll need to download day one patches when you first put the game into your console. So for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One owners, when you first put the disc in, you'll need to download a big patch for Infinite Warfare. I imagine it'll be big, given the fact, of course, the game is already 90GB, so I hate to think how big the patches will be, but expect it to be quite large in size, perhaps several gigabytes in size on day one. If you're on the PlayStation 4, you then need to download Modern Warfare Remastered separately with the code provided in the box. So you put the code into the PlayStation Network store and of course then download the game, and that should include all the patches by itself. As for Xbox One owners, both Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered is both on the disc. So essentially you pop the disc in and you'll download day one patches for both games in one go, and you should be pretty much ready to go within a few minutes depending on your download connection speed. So those of you on the PlayStation 4 should expect to do some downloading on the first day if you have the disc version of the game. So you have to download Modern Warfare Remastered separately alongside the patches, whereas Xbox One owners just need to install both games from the disc onto their hard drive and then download patches and start playing. It shouldn't take too long for both consoles ultimately, and it should be a pretty quick process overall. So those of you on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One or PC who have a digital version of Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, any updates or patches should automatically download and apply to your game before its release on November 4th, 2016. So once midnight hits, you'll be good to go, and you shouldn't have to download anything on the spot and just start playing immediately. Now, in terms of what the patches will include, well, as we know, the Infinite Warfare beta is coming up later this month for a 2-weekend period. So once we've played the beta across the 2 weekends, Infinity will essentially mine all the data. So every time we shoot a bullet and all that kind of stuff, they obviously keep a record of that and then use that data to try and make bug fixes and changes and balancing improvements to the multiplayer experience to make it a better experience upon its release of the actual game on November 4th, 2016. The same will also, of course, apply to Modern Warfare Remastered, as Raven are hard at work making changes and improvements to their game even as we speak right now. So hopefully we'll have a ton of extras and cool little things to find in Modern Warfare Remastered upon its release in November also. Anyway guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, and if you found it helpful, make sure you leave a like on the video. I really appreciate that. And as always, make sure you subscribe for further Charlie Intel content every 1 to 2 days on this channel. Thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.